switch on my brother, can't switch on my dog. If he good, then I'm good, then together we ball. I'm on the ground, but they want me to fall. Time to slide on the house, I know who I'ma call. Winning, but I can't take a loss. On man, tell myself to a boss. Catch your leg and we gon' knock off this top.
What's up with y'all, it's Oster TV back here with another video, and today we got an NBA Youngboy type haircut. As you can see, here's the before and here's the after, and this is going to be based off his old haircut. I know before he had the taper, he had a drop fade. That's basically what this haircut is going to be. So yeah, to begin this haircut, we're going to take the Andis master all the way close and just put in a guideline, dropping it down in the back. Then an inch above that, open the lever all the way up and set in another guideline, and then between those two layers you're just going to want to fade it in by working the lever. And once again, we're going to begin the freehand method as I shown in my last video. This is going to be to get that lever open all the way out, just trying to blend it into the top of the hair. It's not going to come out perfect, but we're going to bring in some guards like the one open after this, just to kind of smooth out that blend area. But this method, the freehand method, it really helps keep the shape of the hair. Like NBA Youngboy, when he had the drop fade, and even now his hair kind of wedged out on the sides. As you can see, when I start lining him up, his hair is still going to have that wedge shape, and not using all of those guards on the side is like basically preventing us from pushing up the fade into his hair, trying to prevent it from going to a box shape, just trying to keep it wedged out. So now we're pulling the one open out, flicking out. The closer we get, the higher we get, just to keep that shape like I said. Now we're just going to do some detail work with the Andis master, trying to get the fade smoothed out. Once again, we're coming back in with the one guard open, still basically detailing now, trying to hit the dark spots. And as you can see, his hair texture on the sides is not really the picture perfect, like blurry blend type of texture. You have some clients that don't have that type of texture. For example, like NBA Youngboy, I've never seen him with just a picture perfect fade or lineup. You have those clients with that type of hair texture. What you just got to do is work your best, do your best on the fade, and just try and get it as smooth as possible, because at the end of the day, everyone's hair texture, hair period, is not perfect. So you just got to work with your canvas. Here we go again on this side with the freehand method. If you want a more in-depth tutorial with the freehand method, all it basically is leaning the blade, leveraging the blade against the head to create more room against the head, just so I can take off less hair, just working with the blade in general. And if y'all want a video, let me know down in the comments so I can explain it more in depth. It's not that hard, it just takes practice. So notice, the more I get the fade together, and this goes for any haircut, the more you get the fade together, the more you want to start using the corner of the blade. You want to really start implementing the side of the blade, not using the whole blade, because once you got that fade starting to come together, the last thing you want to do is sit here and use the whole the whole entire blade and put in another guideline after you've did all that work just to get it to come together. So as you can see, that area I'm working in right now, his hair kind of has like a little indentation in that area, and we're going to have to work in that area some more just to kind of get that indentation to fade in more. We're going to have to cut it down lower. As you can see, that area I'm hitting right now, when I release his skin, not stretching it, you can still see it. We're just trying to fade it in. We're going to have to cut it lower than the actual hair in that area. Now we're just taking the babyliss FX and we're just balding it out at the bottom, knocking all the stubble down. And then once again we pulled out the magic clip, trying to hit that area, still trying to make it a little bit more blended in. Now we're going to begin clipper over comb, just to kind of keep that wedge shape, but also bring the fade and the top together a little more of a smooth transition. I believe when I did this, I had the lever like halfway open, just so I didn't take off too much. Now we're just coming back in with the magic clip detailing. What I did was just hit him with some Tresemme level 3 holding spray, and we're going to begin the lineup with the silver effects. Just trying to keep it natural, but also get it sharp at the same time. Like I said, not everyone's going to have the picture perfect lineup, the picture perfect fade. You're going to have to work with what the canvas you have. And that's what we're doing in this case. And I'm cutting his hair, trying to keep it up as natural as possible. And because of his hair texture, he'll be telling me, like, if he goes to any other barbers, they usually take his lining back, just trying to get it sharp and don't really care about keeping it up. And you know, when it grows back, it's going to look rough in the front. So I just try and make sure I keep it up some, just so it doesn't have all that grow back, or new growth, whatever you want to call it. Now we're just taking the detachable, the Oster Classic 76, and using the 50, I believe, and balding out his face. To be honest, this is just quicker than the babyliss FX in my opinion, and it cuts it down to the same length. I just use this 50 blade to get larger areas of hair, and it saves me time in the end. Once again, we're tapping the lineup some more, just trying to make sure it's sharp and also even as possible, getting any hairs that are hanging over. Now we're going to begin lining up his mustache. Usually in my videos I don't show the facial hair, but in this one I decided to throw it in there because this is something that you do on an everyday basis. Now we're going to begin applying the enhancements. So first off, we're going to start off with the semi-permanent dye. This is going to be the longest lasting enhancement. It basically stays on for 4 or 5 days. Some people can make it last up to a week, and it's filling in the light spots. In this particular enhancement, the dye leaves a shiny look. So once we apply this, we're going to want to come back in with the fibers to take away that shiny look, make the enhancement actually look more like real hair, not so shiny. Like if he goes out in the light, the sunlight, and it's shining directly on that dye, it's going to look unrealistic. It's not going to look like real hair. So that's why we come back in with the fibers. Right here, we're just using the razor to clean it up some, just before the dye dries up. Make sure you always stretch the skin. No matter where you use the razor, you always want to stretch the skin. As you can see, I'm making choppy strokes. You never want to just drag the razor along the skin. Now we're coming back in with the hair fibers, like I said, just to take away that shine. And once you got those hair fibers applied, you want to come back in with your trimmers. Just go over it some, just so it's not any loose hair fibers on the skin. And just clean up the line. It's going to make the lineup look sharper in the end. And this client, he likes the pencil on him. This is basically like a contrast from the skin. It's going to give that extra sharp look. It's going to separate it from other haircuts and, you know, really draw attention to your haircut in the end, especially if you blend it in at the end. This enhancement doesn't really last too long, to be honest. It lasts like a day or two at the most. So that's why I really just put it on if someone really likes it. I don't apply it to everyone. So yeah, what we did was hit it with the alcohol. It's actually sea breeze, and it kind of just helps it blend in better without having to drag the trimmer all over the forehead just to get it to blend in. This kind of helps it move around, kind of smear a little bit better. It just helps it smear better whenever you wet the skin first. So yeah, as you can see, here's the final results. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. We're trying to hit 30K, then go up from there. As you can see, the fade's in there, everything's in there. This cut is automatically $60 to $100 every time for this particular client. So yeah, I appreciate y'all watching. Stay tuned for more videos dropping soon. This is Oster TV, and I'm out.